Sports Center. Hey, listen, the Knicks are on fire. Currently riding a 10-game win streak. They've outscored their opponents by 225 points in that span. That's the most of any 10-game span in NBA history, regular or postseason. This also marks the sixth time the Knicks have led a best-of-7 series 3-0 and have completed 3 sweeps, including Philly in round 2, and have never had multiple series sweeps in the same postseason. Now, the Cavaliers, however, face a 3-0 deficit that 163 teams before them have. And unfortunately for Cleveland, none have come back to win the series, and 100 of them were swept in 4 games. Covering the Cavaliers is our NBA reporter, Jamal Collier. And I guess, Jamal, what are the Cavs saying about keeping hope alive and their season alive tonight?
Yeah, Brian, it started yesterday during the Cavs film session where Kenny Atkinson went around the room to the players and asked them, why do you believe? And he said the answers that he got from the players in the room really reinforced the fact that he doesn't feel like these guys have given up on the season just yet. Those answers range from the fact that they've had success against the Knicks in the past. They won 3 out of 4 last year against a similar group. The fact that they were up 22 points in game 1. And Jalen Tyson said it. He feels like they still haven't actually put together a full 48 minutes, a complete game at their best. It's a team that still feels like they're missing a lot of shots, a lot of great looks. And Jalen Tyson said as he looks to this game tonight, they know the Knicks are going to try to come in their building and try to sweep them. And the Cavs have to have some pride and take that personally.
Yeah, because when you listen and watch them, you get a sense that game 1 just snatched their heart, considering they had that 22-point lead and lost that game. You know, in their previous 2 series, Maul, the Cavs went 7 games. So what is the team seeing? Because I think some people think, are they just tired? Is fatigue a factor in this series?
And it's not just the 2 7-game series. The fact that now dating back to April 29th, that's game 5 of the first round against Toronto, they played every other day. And Kenny Atkinson said as he watched film, you could just see that they were almost a step or 2 behind, slower than the Knicks. New York's flying to the ball, getting out in transition, and it felt like the Cavs could not match that speed and intensity. And Cleveland's trying to not use it as an excuse, but Donovan Mitchell said it, that this is the bed that we've made. We did this to ourselves by not closing out the previous 2 series earlier. You look at that Toronto series, they had a chance to win that game 6 before that series went to 7. They were in game 6 at home against Detroit and really had a no-show before that series went to 7. If they would have won that game 6 in Detroit, Brian, you'd have had 3 days off in between games 2 and 3. And now the Cavs are at a huge rest disadvantage. They have been in this entire series against the Knicks. You can see that showing up, especially in this past game.
Yeah, in series and, of course, season on the line tonight. Jamal Collier, thank you very much. Let's bring in our Danny Green back with us here on SportsCenter. Okay, Danny, in your opinion, how does Cleveland stay alive tonight in Game 4?
Going to be tough. It's going to take all hands on deck, but it's not impossible. They have to come out like they did in Game 7 versus Detroit. Starts with Donovan Mitchell and ends with Donovan Mitchell. He has to come out, be the aggressor, be the floor general that we know, not only score but facilitate. Get guys like Jared Allen involved. Get Evan Mobley involved. Sam Merrill, like him knocking down shots. Max Strus. They were clicking on all cylinders in that Game 7. James Harden didn't have to have a great game, but they're going to need him to play well also. So they're going to need all these guys to play well, even the bench guys, Tyson, Tomlin, whoever comes in, Schroeder, gives them a plus because this New York team is very deep, and it's hard to keep up or defeat them unless you have production from all areas.
And be more physical than the Knicks, something we haven't seen out of Cleveland yet in this series. Danny Green with the latest. Man, he was the spur of the moment. Spurs tied up the Western Conference Finals, 21-point blowout of the Thunder last night. Victor Wembanyama lost that game by 15, but stayed aggressive in Game 4 thanks to a post-Game 3 tongue. Alexander held to just 19 points on 6 of 15 shooting. Spurs blew a 15-point lead in Game 3. Lost that game by 15, but stayed aggressive in Game 4 thanks to a post-Game 3 tongue lashing from Greg Popovich. Here's De'Aaron Fox on that.
Pop's been around throughout the course of the season, but that was the first time he walked into the locker room and was like, nah, that's BS. That's not how we play basketball. And obviously he has some choice words for it, but that was the first time all season that he came into the locker room right after a game and told us how he felt. And everybody felt that. Mitch was in there. B. Wright was in there. All the players down to the staff. You know how it is after a game. And then that's the first time I've ever seen that. Trainers, everybody's in there. We close the doors.
Let him go.
Yeah, we don't let anybody know what's going on in here, but that's the first time he opened that door. We see Pop come in, and it's like,
Well, take a look. The champ is here. Our 3-time NBA champion, Danny Green, joins me now here on SportsCenter. Okay, Danny, you won a championship under Pop. You heard De'Aaron Fox. What are those Pop speeches like? How big of a presence does he still have on this franchise and this team?
A huge presence. I mean, it doesn't go away. He's just one of those guys that you're fearful of, regardless of age or health. I'm still scared of him to this day. So when he walks in a room, you know it's business and it's serious. So he came in. I'm sure he left an imprint on them. He let them know who's messing up, who needs to come to play. And that was a big deal for them and for everybody else. Everybody respects him from the top on down, Timmy, David, Tony. So when they see those guys come in and how much aura that he has, that presence, it leaves an impression. And those guys said it didn't take much, but I'm sure he let them have it. And that's just, Pop in his nicer days. I could imagine how he would have been during my time. So I've seen him heard quite a bit of Pop, especially when he was younger and in our losses. I know we won one, but a lot of those tongue lashings came after losses. So I know what they went through, and I felt scared for those guys. And I still feel scared for those guys.
Listen, they came out and they were aggressive. What impressed you the most about the Spurs' performance last night? Because they held OKC to just 82 points.
I mean, their defense is obvious, but outside their defense, just Wemby. How he came out, how he attacked, and kept his foot on the gas. They went up 15-0 to start Game 3, but this one, they didn't let the lead slip away, and it starts with him and ends with him. If he comes out and hoops the way he does, it kind of pours into those other guys defensively, offensively, and how he rebounds and blocks shots. Game 3, I don't know if you remember, but he didn't score much and didn't have that same activity. He might have been fatigued, but they need that energy. They need that activity from him so they can feed off of it. Obviously, he needs help too. They need to make some shots, but it starts and ends with him, and he came out and being the best player on the floor. He has to be MVP every night for them to get out of this series.
Listen, the 82 points, the fewest that the Thunder have scored in really any game. I'm talking regular season or postseason since 2021. All right, so let's talk about the Thunder. What adjustments you think they need to make in Game 5?
There's a few. There's not many. It's hard to make adjustments when you shoot that poorly. Honestly, they just need to make more shots. Those other guys will be empowered at home. Jalen Williams will make shots. Casey Wallace, Alex Caruso, they'll play a lot better. Hopefully they can get A.J. Mitchell back. We don't know. I know J-Dub has been out too. Jared McCain will be super confident. So if they make more shots, then it's easier to figure out. But I think mainly is to slow down Wemby, not let him get close to the basket, not turn the ball over, not let the defense affect them. And I'm sure Shea's going to be super aggressive in attacking the paint, attacking the basket, and getting to that free throw line. So if he can get them in foul trouble and Hartenstein can get to the glass like he did in games 2 and 3, that'll be a dictation of how the series will go and how Game 5 will go.
All right, Danny Green, stand by. He's going to join me a little bit later in the show to talk about the Eastern Conference Finals.